Welcome back to Happy Toon Cool. We're so glad you're here with us for another exciting adventure. Today, we have a brand new story that's full of fun, friendship, and a little bit of suspense. Get ready to follow along as we dive into Overcoming Challenges. Cat and Mouse stand up to the villain. Once upon a time, in a colorful, bustling village nestled between rolling green hills, there lived two unlikely best friends, a clever little mouse named Mimi and a gentle, playful cat called Max. Though everyone around them found it strange that a cat and mouse could be friends, Max and Mimi never let anyone's opinions get in the way of their fun. They shared stories, played games, and explored every nook and cranny of their cheerful village together. One sunny morning, as the birds sang and the flowers swayed in the breeze, Max and Mimi decided to visit the old oak tree in the heart of the village square. That tree was more than just a meeting place. It was where all the animals gathered to share news, celebrate birthdays, and help each other with any problems. As they approached, they noticed a crowd of worried animals whispering anxiously. "What's going on?" Mimi asked, her tiny nose twitching with curiosity. Mr. Rabbit, the village postmaster, hopped over. "There's a new animal in town," he said, his eyes wide. "He's big, loud, and causing all sorts of trouble. He's scaring everyone, and no one knows what to do." Max and Mimi exchanged a determined glance. They had faced challenges before, but this time it sounded serious. They decided to investigate, hoping that together they could come up with a solution. They followed the trail of frightened whispers to the edge of the village, where they spotted the newcomer, a scruffy, towering dog with sharp eyes and an even sharper bark. He was stomping around, knocking over flower pots and chasing the smaller animals away from the berry bushes. Mimi felt a flutter of fear, but Max gently nudged her. "Don't worry, Mimi. We can figure this out together." The two friends watched carefully, noticing that the dog didn't seem mean, just lonely, and maybe a little bit lost. Still, his actions were making everyone unhappy. Max and Mimi decided they needed a plan. First, they gathered their friends and held a meeting under the old oak tree. "There's always a way to solve a problem," Max said, "but we have to work together and be brave." Mimi piped up. "Maybe the dog just needs a friend who wants to help us talk to him." At first, the other animals were reluctant, but seeing Max and Mimi's determination, a few brave volunteers stepped forward. Sally Squirrel, Benny Bird, and even Mr. Rabbit. Together, the small team made their way back to where the dog was sulking by the riverbank, looking rather sad and alone. Max approached first, his tail swishing gently. "Hello there. My name is Max, and this is my friend Mimi. We noticed you're new in our village. What's your name?" The big dog looked surprised. He hesitated, then answered in a gruff voice, "I'm Duke. Sorry if I scared anyone. I don't know how to make friends." Mimi's eyes lit up. "Well, Duke, making friends is easy. You just have to be kind and listen and show everyone you care." Duke's ears drooped. "I grew up in a place where everyone was tough. I didn't know how to be gentle. I thought if I acted big and strong, people would like me." Max smiled warmly. "Sometimes, being gentle and caring is the strongest thing you can do." The other animals, seeing that Duke wasn't truly bad, but simply misunderstood, slowly came closer. Sally offered him a nut, Benny chirped a cheerful tune, and Mr. Rabbit invited him to join their picnic by the river. Soon, the mood changed. Duke began to relax, his tail wagging shyly. The animals showed him how to play their favorite games, like hide and seek and berry picking. Duke, in turn, used his strength to help rebuild the flower pots he had knocked over. He even discovered he was really good at helping others reach the highest fruits in the trees. As the sun began to set, the animals gathered once more under the old oak tree. Max stood up and addressed everyone. "Today, we learned that sometimes people act out because they feel alone. But if we take the time to understand them and offer our friendship, we can turn an enemy into an ally." Mimi added, "No matter how different we are, kindness and teamwork can help us overcome any challenge." From that day on, Duke was no longer seen as a villain. He became a beloved member of the community, always ready to lend a helping paw. And Max and Mimi? They proved that even the smallest and most unlikely friends can make a huge difference when they work together with courage and compassion. So, what's the lesson in our story today? Never judge someone just by their actions. Try to understand what they might be feeling inside. And remember, being brave doesn't always mean facing danger. Sometimes it means reaching out a hand to someone who needs a friend. Thank you so much for joining us. on this heartwarming adventure. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, leave us a comment, and share this video with your family and friends. And remember, you can catch new stories every Thursday and Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on Happy Toon Cool. Thank you for being a part of our community, and we can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye for now!